Hi guys, Dave in Texas here, and what you're looking at is the back of my little Sears guitar I got when I was like 3 years old. And if you've never seen this before, it was in one of my videos on how to repair the Black Beauty. Poor little baby. So it's like 40 years old, right? Anyway, it's got a steel reinforced neck, otherwise I wouldn't be working on this thing. It's an adjustable screw on the inside of it, right? You can adjust the neck. And trust me, the neck's really warped. Anyway, what I'm going to do with this guitar is to replace the tuners that are way broken. I can't fix them. They're inline tuners and they're just total junk, which the guitar is basically junk too, but I've had it most of my life. I'm not going to throw it out. It's just like one of those old friends, right? And I didn't learn how to play on this because it's impossible to play, tear your fingers to shreds. I learned how to play on a huge jumbo Gibson that was as big as I was. Anyway, what I've done so far is remove the tuners, and as you can see, I started out working with my hand awl, my wood awl, right? Which is a tool, looks like a double-bladed knife that enlarges wood holes. But the problem is that to get these deep enough, even from the front and back, would actually make the hole too big, the way this awl is set up. So I had to use a drill press. Now, I got in a hurry, and this is going to be one of those videos of what not to do. As you can see, a lot of chips took place as I pushed the drill press through. See those chips on there? Right, like that one right there on the center screen. Those will have to be replaced with wood putty in order for this screw here to bite, right? Now, I can't put on a washer that normally goes there because guess what? This little guitar head is as thick as can be. It's thicker than any one I've ever seen in my life. It's like, damn. You'd have to actually buy extremely long shafts to make this thing work. Now, what I've got to do in essence is get my wood chisel out and actually chisel out the back of this, right, to get these to fit. So the damage I've done so far to this guitar by using that drill press, as you can see right here, it's not going to be that big an issue because I got to cut this down behind here to get these to fit more inside the guitar. So I'll probably take it out about, just shave like maybe a quarter inch or more off the back of this guitar, this head of it, you know, just basically just slide right down the back of it and just remove it with a chisel. Or a bandsaw could do the same job much faster. I've got a little one. Anyway, lesson to learn is I should have pre-scored these cuts before I did this, knowing full well how old this guitar is. Now these pieces I still have that chipped off here, I can always glue them back, but like I said, I'll have to actually take the entire guitar down a quarter of an inch to get these things to fit inside this guitar's head. So that's got to be done anyway, right? Because look, there's just no way that's going to work here. And on this guitar, even though this is old and it does have sentimental value to me, I'm not going to spend $200 on custom-made tuners for it. That'd be just stupid. Alright, so I'm going to shave this down a quarter of an inch. Just slice it right down the back of it, which means this is not that much damage after all. But here's a lesson to learn, right? If you can't use a wood awl to open up a hole on these things, take an X-Acto knife and score around the hole that you're going to be cutting, right? And cut deep into the wood, circle around it, right? And let me show you that real quick. Now, I've drawn a line around this. It's very sloppy, but in essence, you take an X-Acto knife and cut a circle around this, as you can see here, right? It's too thick, but just a really thin circle around it. Now I made a mess. So that the wood doesn't splinter on you. So when your drill goes punching through, it won't take that wood with it being so brittle. Which, if this had been a really nice guitar, I would have been heartbroken to have done this. I was like, oh my God, at first, like, wait a minute. These won't fit anyway. I got to drill them out anyway. What the hell? Actually, I cut this down anyway. What the hell? I'm pretty sure this is just painted on, you know, or machine painted on fake rosewood, because the neck is solid. This is a solid piece of wood, except for the fact it's got a, yeah, you can't see it, but I'm sorry, but it's got a metal rod, an adjusting rod in it. And it's a tiny little guitar. I mean, it's almost the size of a AAA ukulele, right? Little student guitar type. All right, I haven't had this thing strung in 30 years, so who knows? I mean, I don't know what kind of sound's gonna come out of this thing, but I have a mind to go ahead and put nylons on it and go from there. You know, just wrap some nylons and let whoever comes over play it that doesn't normally play guitar, so they can cut the crap out of their fingers, right? But as you see, these frets are actually not steel, they're brass. So all I have to do is take an eraser and polish these things up with a pencil eraser, see what I've got left. There is no wear on them whatsoever because it was never used. So they're like brand new, mostly, I guess. Anyway, this is what I'm working on right now, since a friend of mine won't sell me his guild. He's being a real girl about it and won't tell me what he wants for it. So I'm going to be modifying this little guitar up and let you know if you got one of these little junkers laying around the house. Maybe you can get a little player out of it, some kind of weekend, you know, pick fiddle that you can throw in a backpack or even let your kids play with, whatever. You know, I think you can pick these up like at any store for like 20 bucks, you know. There it be. And it's got a little volute to it too, look at there. So Gibson didn't make this one. I think this came from Sears. Somebody gave it to me as a present for like one of my Christmases when I was 3. So far, I've tried to put these in. They're just not deep enough. They take a washer, which will hide all this once it's all done. That goes on the outside of this, or goes behind this nut that's on it, right? So that'll all be hidden. But like I said, this is just not far enough into the guitar, and I will have to take like a 1/4 of an inch off the back of this thing for these to work properly. Alright? And since I've already, you know, screwed this up so badly here by chipping it, I will be scoring it with an X-Acto knife. And let me show you what I'm going to do that with. Hold on. Alright, so what I'll be doing, like I said, with this little white line, this is kind of sloppy and nasty, but I'll use a metal scale and a X-Acto knife to score it all the way around it, so I can take the old chisel out and chisel it down nice and smooth, put it on the belt sander, sand it down, and go from there. Because like I said, putting, you know, custom built tuners on this thing would be crazy expensive. And yes, it is sentimental, but not that sentimental. I was like, damn. But that's about as much as I got to take off of it to get these things up high enough, and maybe a little more, maybe on the outside line of this, towards the top of the tuner cut, to get this thing to work properly, right? But I'll be measuring and making sure. I won't be guessing on any of this now. Like I said, guys, you're going to drill out the back of these things, or actually, you know, route out the holes on these things with an awl. If there's any question about them chipping, like on an old guitar, right? Always be sure to score a round, complete circle around that so that it doesn't chip. If I take an X-Acto knife, right? Let me show you. If I had taken an X-Acto knife and cut around this guitar, where you see this white mark, right? You would never seen these chips being out of this guitar. See that? If I'd cut around that, it would have circumvented this from chipping and splintering like it did. So you live and you learn. And I knew, you know, deep down inside I knew I should have done it, but I was in a hurry, thought, nah, it won't chip, and sure as hell it did. So anyway, there she be so far, and you got a chance to look at the tuners I'll be using on it. These old fake Grovers I got off the Black Beauty. Alright, and I may put a slash pickup in here. That Seymour Duncan slash pickup, let me put it in here. And what it sounds like. Get it all rigged up, put a couple of knobs down here. We rock and roll it up. Dave in Texas, any questions, give me a holler. Bye.